Hello and welcome to another Thomas the Tank Engine video. So today we have, in our last video we looked at the three characters who Audrey had created first. We got Edward, Henry, and Gordon. These three are like the foundation of Thomas and Friends, and if it wasn't for these characters we wouldn't have gotten that. So today is Britt Allcroft's 78th birthday.
Cool.
So she is my favorite Thomas writer of all time. She knew what made Thomas good, and she knew how to make an adult following. And if it wasn't for her, we probably wouldn't have gotten like the TV series, which is the model series here, which is the amazing Thomas the Tank Engine. I mean, Andrew Brenner is good, but the CGI series is probably not that great. But I do like season 17 through 21 as well as Hero of the Rails. Mattel clearly doesn't care about Thomas, but okay, so today we're going to be talking about 3 new Thomas characters.
Okay.
And these are more characters that Audrey had created as well. So without further ado, let's not waste any time and dive in. So here let's talk about Percy the small engine. So I think Percy is one of the cutest trains ever.
Yeah, it's cute.
So I like his face the most, like
He's the veggie tail Isaacin.
his expression here, like I think I like his mouth the most. And his shape is really satisfying. Now, Percy is like a freelance style tank engine, so I think there's no real life basis to him. He's based off of the style tank engines, which is close. I think Audrey was kind of like disappointed at that fact because he made Percy a real-life engine, but when the illustrators drew Percy, they made him a freelance-based style tank engine, which I still think Percy is cute. Like, I think I like his design and his character trait. He seems to be like a happy-go-lucky train who loves pulling the mail. Though, one thing about Percy is that in the seasons 8 onwards, they treat him like a baby. Like, I don't know what his character trait was, but I think he was, like, jealous or something. I don't know. But I think Percy did act a little childish, but he is a young engine, so what do you expect?
Okay.
I mean, aren't all young people like that?
Most.
So, but anyways, I still think that Percy is a great character. He's Thomas's BFF, so he always has Thomas's back, which I love. And I think Percy is an amazing character overall. Like, and this looks pretty cute. I'm probably not going to say much, but Percy is a cute character.
Okay.
Like, okay, so what would you say about Percy as a character? Would he be one of your favorites? I think he's one of mine. And speaking of Percy's best friend, let's talk about the one and only Thomas the Tank Engine. So this is my most favorite character next to Edward. Like, those two are like my most favorite characters. I mean, I probably don't know why most people don't say that Thomas is their most favorite, like, which is understandable if it was the case where Thomas acts childish, because he does. He's cheeky, but he's brave and he's bold, and he does mean well. Like, he's not always immature. So, this wasn't the first character who Audrey created, but this was the second Thomas book he made. One thing that I don't understand about Thomas is, so originally he was supposed to be like a J50, but I thought that would look kind of weird, so I'm more of an E2 tank engine person, which I think this is a much better train to base Thomas off of rather than a J50. The J50s aren't bad, they're not ugly per se, but they're just probably not my favorites. Like, I do like them still, but I don't think it suits Thomas.
Okay.
So, his face is pretty nice. I like how small and he is, like,
yeah, the size is cute.
Yeah, like he kind of looks like the My Busy Book Thomas, which
yeah,
is,
they're about that size.
Yeah, but one thing that I did hate about Thomas is the fact that when Audrey made Thomas Comes to Breakfast, he got sent away in that story, and when he came back, he had a flat running board, which is kind of stupid in my opinion. Which is one thing that I don't like about Audrey. He's not bad; he's great. I'm sad that he passed away, and without him, Thomas wouldn't be a thing. Without Audrey, we wouldn't have this, so we can't honestly thank Audrey for all that. And yet again, we can't thank Britt Allcroft because she's amazing. So, I think I prefer Thomas as an E2, and I'm just glad that Britt Allcroft kept Thomas's dipped running board.
Okay.
If she gave him a flat running board, I would be kind of mad, but
Oh, you like it because it dips down?
yeah, that's what's satisfying about him. I probably don't like All Engines Go Thomas as much because he does have the flat running board and it's red and not white.
Okay.
But I do find it cute how he's voiced by a boy kid, which makes sense. But in the actual original show, Thomas is a young engine, but he is an adult, but he is young. Like, I don't think anyone explains their age in the show, but it would have been cool if they did. So,
6 minutes?
yeah, but I do really like Thomas as a character, and I don't know what you guys would say about Thomas the Tank Engine as a character, but he is good. But, yeah, so that's Thomas for you.
All right.
Now let's talk about the shiny red engine himself, James.
Oh, cool.
This is one of my all-time favorite characters to death. Like, James has always been one of my favorite characters I've stuck up to. Like, his design is flawless. His paint is shiny as heck. And I do like his boastful attitude. He's vain, he's cocky, he's hot-headed, if you will call it that.
Uh-huh.
Which does make James a relatable character, in my opinion. So, James likes being the center of attention. He boasts about his shiny red paint, which I can't blame him for that, because this paint is really splendid. Like, I always thought James was one of the most handsome trains I've seen. And I'm just glad that they kept his character trait in the Sharon Miller era, because he is vain, he's boastful, so not much has changed about James. So, I think James is a fan favorite Thomas character in most people's opinions. Like, there are a lot of people who do really cling towards James.
Is he the only one that's that color?
Well, there are a lot of other red engines, but there are a lot of red engines, but James is the most splendid out of them.
Which other one is that reddish, orangish color? Scarloi's kind of a purpley red.
I can't think of any other characters who are scarlet red like James.
Yeah, I think he's the only one with that color.
Yeah, he is shiny.
It's almost
like,
an orangey.
I think James is one of the most best characters Audrey had made.
Yeah.
I mean, James does have a few, only one thing, I think. So, I think one of the things probably that I didn't like about James was the episode. I mean, I have overcome this fear, but it's James goes buzz, buzz.
All right.
Okay,
yeah,
so
you hated that when you were little.
I did not. I was afraid of that when I was a kid. There were a lot of things that I was.
He got stung and his nose turned red. And
I mean,
they painted him like a bee.
Okay, that painting him in a bee was not bad, but his red nose was kind of funny because there was a joke when they said, "It's a pity it's not Christmas. Then we can call you James the Red-Nosed Engine."
Yep.
Yep. So it was funny, but I just didn't like when James got stung. That's probably one of the reasons why I'm afraid of bees today.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I think that's one of the reasons
Everybody has a thing.
why I grow attached to James, because he is relatable. But
8 minutes.
I think James is really amazing. I mean, I have gotten over James Goes Buzz Buzz. There were a lot of things that did make me scared of Thomas, like the crashes. I think, I don't know, Diesel 10 was one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a scary.
The pinchy claw thing. You were
Yes.
scared of him when you were a toddler.
Even his evil face.
Uh-huh.
I have overcome Diesel 10 as well, but I still loved Lady as a kid, as well as Splatter and Dodge. But anyways, James is always going to be an amazing character. I'm happy he's still alive and All Engines Go. And I think Rob Rackstraw does a great voice for CGI James.
Mm-hmm.
And I think Luke Murray does a good job as well in All Engines Go. If you guys love James, tell me in the comments below. I know that almost everyone loves James. Who does not love this character?
Oh, I'm sure there's someone.
I think James has to be one of the most popular characters in the show, and I'm happy he's still a character to this day.
Yep.
I do kind of wish that Edward and Harry didn't get kicked off, but they are great as well. Almost every Thomas
bring
character.
them back at some point.
I mean, they have brought them back in All Engines Go. So, anyways, if you guys love these, who's your most favorite? Did you like Percy, Thomas, or James? I'll probably say that James was my most favorite, but I still like these two. I still love James. So, thanks for watching. If there's a Thomas character you want, tell me in the comments below. So, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.